Welcome back to the Goku Runner Talks podcast. On this episode, we have Peter, aka Batman, on the Goku Runner Talks live channel. So today we're going to learn all about him and his journey and why he calls himself Batman. All of that good stuff today on this podcast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. All right, guys, welcome back. Today I have Peter here. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
So
Can't complain.
Peter, that's good. That's good. I know we've been trying to get this podcast on for the last couple of weeks, and it's good. And also, Peter, or most people might know him as Bruce Wayne on my channel for sure, because you're always on my live streams, and I really appreciate that. And how did the Bruce Wayne come about? How did that come about? Let's go ahead and go with that.
In high school, I was probably 14 and was kind of bored. So this was back when Facebook just became just like it came out, and so I was just changing my name over and over again, and just eventually changed it to Bruce Wayne, and left it like that for years. And so then I just started making my name Bruce Wayne everywhere else.
Yeah, I don't think that on Facebook, since your name is Bruce Wayne, it's pretty normal. They don't ask you to verify it, because my friend, he was a monstrous Mad Mike, and they made him change his name. They said that it wasn't a real name. They needed him to verify that was his true name in order to make it his Facebook profile name. So I guess Bruce Wayne was believable to Facebook. So it's on Facebook. If I search Bruce Wayne, you'll pop up.
No, not anymore. It's not. They don't believe me anymore.
Okay.
So I should have just left it at that.
So you want me to call you Bruce Wayne? I feel weird calling you Peter, because I know you as Bruce Wayne. So
okay.
we'll just stick with Bruce Wayne for this whole thing. But what about Batman was like got you to it? Was it like he didn't really have any superpowers, and he could fight with his own make his own gear, gadgets, and everything? Was that the thing that intrigued you about him?
Just even as a little kid, I just watched the shows and read some of the comics, and just really enjoyed it. And later I learned just how he came to be after losing his parents. My parents are still alive, so
that's good.
And I appreciate everything they do for me.
Yeah, I like Batman too. My brother is a big Batman fan, because my brothers are like the comic book fans of the family, and just because I grew up with them, I wasn't super into it, but I did read a lot of Batman, read a lot of Spider-Man. That's why I think Peter in Spider-Man would be a natural fit for you too. But I read a lot of Batman, and I loved seeing him do everything. And which movie was your favorite that they put out? Was it the Michael Keaton one? Was it the latest one, or which one?
I wasn't all that crazy about the Michael Keaton ones.
Yeah.
I like the Christian Bale ones. I haven't seen the one with Robert Pattinson or Patterson. I'm not.
Yeah.
How's it pronounced?
Yeah.
Edward Cullen.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. I like the one with what was his name? The Dark ones, the Dark Knight ones.
The Dark Knight.
Those are my
series with Christian Bale and Morgan Freeman.
Those are my favorites. All right, so this is running. So tell me about your running journey. How did it start? Were you a running, in high school, or athletic in high school? How did it all start? I saw you do a little bit of CrossFit. You did a bunch of stuff later in life, but tell me about how it all started.
So growing up, I just did a lot of sports. I did soccer, basketball. Those were two of the sports I played the most, just like as a little kid. Like they were team sports. And then in middle school, I started doing cross country. I wasn't that good at it. It's always coming like dead last. I was also kind of a fat kid.
Uh, yeah, but now you're pretty fit and you're fast.
Yeah.
So how did you switch from doing to like to that into now? You know, you're doing some pretty fast times in your half marathons and everything.
So I had a chest deformity called pectus excavatum. It
Hmm.
uh, um, my chest was concave, so I got surgery to fix that. And after that, went from doing like 28-minute 5Ks to like 21 minutes.
Wow.
Like one of
What?
my friend's parents were uh, was a physician, and he pointed out to my parents that like I looked like I was in much better shape than the other uh, um, people on like the ultimate frisbee team, but they noticed that I was just getting winded really quickly.
Hmm.
Uh, um, just pointed out the shape of my chest.
So was that because the it went inwards and it was like constricting your lungs? Is that what was happening?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. And then after that, man, that's crazy. So you went from 28 to a 24 5K, and that was in what, in cross country or
yeah.
later on in life? That was cross country. Okay. And then
So it was
I
about.
see when.
Sorry, what?
So I was saying I see you went to like you moved on from your journey, and then did you grow up running like in college? What was that like?
Um, did cross country throughout middle school and high school, and um, my early 20s. I did CrossFit a lot, and I also did races. But it wasn't until recently that I started doing 10Ks and half marathons.
Yeah. And,
So
was that like during COVID too? Because I feel like everybody that I've talked to on this podcast, they started picking up their running during COVID. Was that the same for you, Peter, or Batman? I call you Batman too.
um, not exactly. It wasn't because of COVID. I was
Mm.
also uh, um, planning to do a Spartan race, so I had to train for that. Then I went a long time without getting any exercise, and noticed that my dog was getting fat, and he was also barking incessantly. So he's I decided to take him running. Like usually went about maybe 3 or 4 miles, but I kept on taking wrong turns, and so what was going to be 3 miles became 4 miles, and then it just got longer and longer until it started becoming like 10Ks regularly, and then I decided to run the Peachtree Road Race, and
Nice. So did your
that
dog get
was
skinnier?
yes.
So your
He
your veterinarian,
it
so
got
your
him to
veterinarian was
shut up for
happy and
about
you were happy.
an hour or two. Yeah, yeah, but then he just started barking again. He was also 12 months old at the time.
Nice. So what's the longest distance that you've completed so far? You haven't done a marathon yet? You just done the half.
I think a half marathon is where I'm gonna draw the line. I want to go on and start doing triathlons.
Oh wow. So is like an Ironman in your future? You think?
Maybe a half Ironman in a couple years.
Yeah. I was talking to my brother. He was like, triathletes, they don't call a half Ironman. They call them 70.3 because they don't want to say it's half. So I was like, I found that interesting because triathletes are very, they're another level of an athlete for sure because you got to do you have to swim, bike, and run. Are you a good swimmer?
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
how'd
always.
you learn?
I took swim lessons as a kid, and I did swim team.
Okay.
What I didn't really like about swim team was that they always made me do butterfly. I hated that stroke, but they always said that, oh, you're so good at it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you should do it. So I think it's just because nobody else wanted to do it.
Yeah. That seems like a very technical movement because I
It
don't know.
is.
I think Michael Phelps is known for it, right? So you always see him doing that and going up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
For Michael Phelps, like if you were to genetically engineer the perfect swimmer, you would have Michael Phelps.
yeah. What's his wingspan's like 7 feet, right, or something. He's got like long
It's
limbs
like
and
6'7".
yeah, and he always did that crazy thing with his back where he was doing like this. I remember that.
Yeah, that's a
All
swimmer
this.
thing. They did that. They do that on swim team a lot.
So tell me about your first half marathon. Which one was that one?
It was the Thanksgiving Day half marathon.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy because I feel like Thanksgiving half marathons are rare because people usually want to go home pretty quick for Thanksgiving. You're there the whole day.
After that, I just um, was asleep on the couch for a few hours.
Yeah, that's my favorite part about running is the nap afterwards. You get home. You might drink a beer if they have it, but you're usually tired and you sleep for a couple hours right after. But how did it go for you? What time did you get for your first half marathon?
Uh, an hour 49 and 12 seconds.
Oh, that's impressive. That's impressive. And then now, what's your PR now?
140, yeah, 5:22.
Oh, okay. So you not much difference between that, but that's a fast time. 140. I always tried to break 150 for my when I was faster, and I want to get there back again because you've been following me. I'm usually I think you've been following me since I've been a slow runner, so I used to be a little bit quicker. My fastest half marathon was 150. So, and I think after that, that's when I started getting to ultra marathons and all that. So that got me a lot slower and fatter for sure.
So then my second one was the Publix half marathon and finished in
Mhm.
like an hour and 51. But I think it's because I stopped to tie my shoe. Yeah,
But but when did you start wearing costumes on your races? Because you run a lot of your races in costumes, right?
I've done 3 of them. The reason
Mm-hmm.
I just started doing that was because of the 10 miler. It was October 20th, and so I decided maybe I'll just make this a Halloween thing.
Uh huh. Yeah. And what costume did you go? It's not always Batman, right? You've done
No,
other costumes, right?
Thanksgiving half I did I dressed up as Santa,
Mm-hmm.
sort of. It was just a long sleeve shirt that looked like
Mm-hmm.
Santa's coat and red shorts. The colors didn't match, and a Santa hat.
And then what were the other two?
And there was Saitama, One
Oh
Punch
yeah,
Man, the Caped Baldy. That's his superhero name in the show.
yeah. You're always telling me about that. You say that I should do the one. Is it the one? Is he the one that does the 1 punch challenge or the workout that he does? It's like 100 push-ups, whatever. I forget what it was, but you keep
Yeah,
telling me
100
I should try that.
push-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10K run.
That's not too bad. I could probably do that. 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and 100 what?
Sit-ups.
Oh, sit-up. Yeah, that's not too bad. Maybe one day. Have you done it before?
I tried it.
You didn't finish it?
Uh, I realized, I found out, man, my abs are weak.
Actually, my abs are pretty weak too because I was doing yoga with my girlfriend, and they were doing like easy. I mean, it's yoga ab work, and then my abs cramped up in the middle of the session, so I was ended up screaming a little bit during the yoga session, which probably isn't very zen. So who knows? I might not get past the sit ups as well. So so after that, I also see that you do a lot of rowing. So you're a rower, huh?
I have a rowing machine that I use when I'm not running.
Yeah.
When I can't run, if it's just the rain is if it's raining too heavily.
So did you just learn to do it by yourself? Did you take because I feel like rowing is also you have to get the right the right movements correct, or else you end up messing up yourself. Like you got to push with your legs more than your arms. And I see a lot of people doing it in the gym, and they're going all out for like a couple of minutes, and I feel like that's not the correct way. It's kind of like running. Like you gotta just do it and not try to go all out, right?
I think it depends on what your goal is. You can do like a high intensity interval training on a rower. You can
Mm-hmm.
do something slow and steady. I got into rowing after I had to quit doing CrossFit. I just needed some kind of cardio to do.
Yeah, I got a rower.
And
I need to start using it a little bit more. It's a good workout. I feel like if you do that, if you see the rowers, they're all pretty. I mean, they have awesome backs, right? Because it's pretty much a back movement the whole time. So and yeah, I need to start doing rowing. I'm gonna do a challenge, maybe like a 30-day challenge of rowing, just to see what happens to my body.
so when
And
I
then
got into started doing
go ahead.
rowing like every day, I my back started looking like I had a pair of wings.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I think I did see those pictures where you posted some on Instagram, didn't you? I think you did. Was that I did search your
Probably
Instagram.
somewhere.
So yeah, I'm gonna get to rowing. I want those wings. I want those wings. So tell me about Peachtree, and have you signed up yet? And tell me why it's a great race.
Um, yes, I have signed up. I signed up for Peachtree a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just go on.
What's so special about the Peachtree race?
I don't know. It's just something festive to do.
Yeah, I saw that you could either sign. Are you part of the Atlanta Track Club, or did you just sign up for
Yeah,
the lotto? Oh, you are.
I'm part of
So you're
the Atlanta
automatically in.
Track Club. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that it's like $45 to join that, and then you're automatically in, or you could just do, you can sign up as in the lottery, which is like $65, I want to say, or something like that. So I did look at it. I was trying to sign up on my phone, but the phone was not working well. Like their whatever they used, it did not transfer well to the phone, so I couldn't complete my sign up. So I'll have to do it on my laptop soon. But yeah, this year I'm gonna try to do Peachtree.
Are you trying to sign up through Let's Do This?
Yeah, it was Let's Do This. It was horrible.
Oh, I
It was
don't like that
horrible.
either.
Yeah, I like Run Sign Up. That's what we use for our races. So I was like, man, Let's Do This is horrible, and I
I
couldn't
don't know
I
why
couldn't finish
they
signing up.
I don't know why they switched to that.
So is it a Healy race? It's got to be. I mean, there's like what 15,000 people that do it, or however many. I know it's the biggest 10K in
It's
the United States.
usually it's between 40 to 60,000.
Wow, holy moly, that's even bigger than I thought. So my plan, because now that because you heard that my truck got messed up, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but it does have a bad like head gasket, so that's like the biggest issue. and then there's something wrong with like the water pump or something else because it keeps overheating. So I got me a new vehicle. I got me an expedition, and I could camp out in it. So I could actually just drive over to to Atlanta, and then do the peach tree. Just camp out in my truck, and do that. So that's my plan. I think you're a pretty good drive.
So a lot of people take MARTA.
What's that?
Um, Atlanta's transit system.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm excited to do Peachtree. I haven't done that. 50,000 to 60,000 people. That's gonna be a ton of people. So how do you do in that race? Do you place in your age group? I mean, if you place in your age group in that race, I feel like you got to be pretty freaking fast.
The first time I finished in 44:37, and then I started getting out of shape. After the next year, I was just getting slower and slower, but I was also um, running less because my son was recently born.
Yeah.
In October of 2021, the year I did the Peachtree Road Race.
Wow.
So I spent like 3 months just not getting much exercise. So when I started again, I was just so exhausted.
You're like
I
me
could
right
barely
now.
run. Yeah, I could barely run a mile.
Yeah, you're totally like me. I'm debating on doing like a mile time trial just to see how fast I would do it, and I don't think I would do it very fast at all. So I think that'd be some interesting content. But tell me about like you do a lot of hiking, right? Isn't there like you hiked up that one mountain that's very popular in Atlanta? My cousin who lives there tells me I should do it a lot. What's that one? What's that, flat top or round top? I forget what it's called.
Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain. I'm not
Stone
even
Mountain.
close. Yeah. How hard of a hike is that?
Stone. It's not too bad. A lot of people like who are really into their sports, you will see them like, run all the way up
Yeah.
and then all the way back down.
Oh, so it's not too long. How long of a hike is it?
Oh, 1 mile.
Okay, that's not bad. That'd be a good video. Or I mean, like just a good time. I'm always thinking video. And then what other workouts do you do? To like I saw that you do some strongman Atlas stones. That's pretty cool.
That's when I did CrossFit. Like
Ah.
when
then
I had a membership.
So tell me like what is your week of training right now, since I know you're busy right now with a baby and everything. So how do you what's like Monday through Sunday for you? I'm training.
So I try to on Tuesdays I usually try to do the speed work, and then on Wednesdays there's this group that meets at Fleet Feet, a running shoe store, and they go on a group run, and then go to this restaurant called the Marley afterwards.
Nice.
I usually just right before the run I order something for pickup there, and just bring home dinner for me and my wife. I call it Marley midweek.
And then what's next on your schedule?
And Thursday is usually a rest day. Like go running with my dog for about 2 miles on rest days, or do some cross training.
Yeah.
On Friday I'll do an easy run, like usually 5 or 6 miles.
And the weekends are your long runs or what?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sunday is usually my long run. This Sunday I
So
have a
does your
10K race.
oh this Sunday you have a race? What race is that
Yeah.
one?
It's a members only race to from hosted by Atlanta Track Club.
Okay,
I just did
cool.
it because it was free.
Yeah, the free ones are the best. Does your wife run too?
No.
Does she come out and like and see you running these crazy costumes and cheer you on ever, or is she always taking care of the kiddos?
She's usually taking care of the kid.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, I always wanted to talk to Bruce Wayne and Peter. I was like, whenever because I'm always on the live, and I'm actually gonna do a live right after this. I was about to do one before this, but I was like, you said you were available. I was like, let's go do it. So I always wanted to meet you. I love meeting, my subscribers. I don't get to meet a lot of people from out of town because I always do the same races. So it's good to finally meet you face to face, and hopefully when I go over there to Atlanta, we can meet up too. You take me to that restaurant that you talked about earlier.
It's an Irish pub. I'm not sure how you like Irish food.
I like all food. You see me. I'm a big foodie, so I'll eat everything. I think that they have a Scottish egg. That's all. That's as far as I know. And corned beef. That's all I know about Irish food. Oh, I do have another question. Do you ever go to Comic Con? Or are you into the cosplay kind of stuff? Do you ever do that?
Uh, I've been to Dragon Con. It's hosted on Labor Day weekend every year. Last time I went with a few friends. I went dressed up as Dr. Krieger from Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever watch Archer?
I haven't seen it. No, I know
Uh,
I've seen the show, but I've never watched it. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Just
Dr.
like many
Krieger's
things.
the Dr. Krieger's the mad scientist who's kind of just a creepy guy.
I do have my Goku costume, so I need to go wear. Maybe I'll wear it to Peachtree. That'd be pretty cool. I'm sure people dressed up for Peachtree, right? 60,000 people. There's
Yeah,
got to be a lot of outfits there. All
there
kind of
was a
faces.
guy. There was a guy dressed up as Fred Flintstone
Oh,
last year.
perfect. I have that outfit too. I also have a dragon outfit, but that one's no fun because my face isn't showing. And whenever I wear that, because I wear for Halloween, and I felt like I was just a mascot because people they wouldn't even know I was in there, and then I would move, and they're like, oh, so yeah, that's not fun. But I'll probably do Goku or Flip Flintstone would be fun too. I used to wear Vibram Five Fingers, so it was perfect for Flip Flintstone because he's barefoot. So what what's one piece of advice you would give somebody doing the running journey, and maybe they want to start out, because I always like to ask that to everybody who's on my podcast.
Um, don't try to PR every time.
Yeah, that's
Trust the
definitely.
process.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I feel like, yeah, trust the process, and I think build your stamina first, right? Because I think people
Yeah,
try to they see Usain Bolt and they want to be him, and that's what they think running is all the time, like going balls to the walls. But if you do that every single time, you're gonna be in the pain cave and not enjoy it. So yeah, that's good advice. So we have one more last thing, and it's called this or that. You've seen the podcast. I'll ask you one or the other. You tell me which one you would prefer, this or that. Okay.
okay.
So the first one is a hamburger or pizza. I always ask that one.
Pizza.
Pizza. What's your order whenever you order your pizza from whatever place you go to?
Um, there's a restaurant in indicator called Mellow Mushroom, and they
Hmm.
have a specialty pizza called the Holy Shiitake.
Nice.
That's one of
Yeah,
their most popular, and um, it's something my wife and I always order.
man, I'll have to go get it. We actually have one in Beaumont. I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, mellow mushrooms in any other city would be packed 24/7. Like, I feel like mellow mushrooms, whenever I go there, it's packed, like in Dallas or Houston, wherever I go. But in Beaumont, there's like two or three cars there at all times. It's pretty sad. I think they're going to close down pretty soon. But I'll have to try that holy shiitake. The next one is Satima. I'm probably saying his name wrong, or Batman.
Saturday. In terms of what?
Like which one would you? Which is your favorite superhero? Just in those two.
Batman.
Batman. Yeah, the other guy. I feel like I've watched a few of the episodes that my brother watches, and I mean, he just says one punch, right? And then the people always like, "Are you really that strong? I can take you down."
So
And then what?
it's just this guy who I think what makes the show so popular is that in most animes you get to see the character develop. You don't get to really see that. He just starts out like with this godlike strength, and it's basically him just experiencing burnout because nothing's a challenge anymore.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think that's what people like about him.
I need to watch that. What is that on? Can you watch that on what, on Netflix or something?
You can watch it on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay. And I need to get more subscriptions. My people always tell me about Hulu or Peacock and what's the other one? I want to watch that one that one Western show with Kevin Costner. I haven't seen that yet either. Uh, it's very popular. That one Western one. Uh, Yellowstone. That's why.
Oh
I think
yeah, I haven't watched
that's
that.
on. Yeah, I haven't watched that either. So I need to get me more subscriptions other than just Netflix, or get somebody to give me their password. So if you're out there, write down your password down below.
Kind of
And
disappointed
then
with Netflix that they changed they changed their policies so it can
yeah,
only you can't use that loophole.
yeah, yeah,
You have to
yeah,
just but I just use other people's subscriptions because I just don't want to pay for them. That's how I have
yeah.
a nice TV, and I just there were people I know who had them and didn't need them anymore, and so I just asked if I could have it, and they gave it to me.
That's nice. Let's see. I need some. I need some good friends like that. All right. The next one is hiking or running. Which one do you prefer more?
Probably running.
Okay. But you do a lot of hiking, right? You do a lot of hiking.
Not as much as I used to.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw you and your wife. I think you guys hiked a lot around. So I want to get
Used
into more
to
more of that.
go up Stone Mountain regularly.
Mm. And then the next one is going to be the last one is going to be a half marathon or a 10K. Which one do you prefer?
That's I'm not sure. That's kind of a hard question. They're just different.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you get more satisfaction of completing a half marathon or more from a 10K?
Probably a half marathon because they're just more challenging than a 10K
Yeah.
in terms of just pushing yourself
Distance.
through the distance.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, every race is different. Like a 5K is like, balls to the wall for a long time, or like a mile for sure. They're all different. So you just gotta have to pace yourself correctly for each one of them. And if you don't pace yourself correctly in like a shorter distance race, then you'll pay for it a lot sooner than like a marathon or whatever. So
That's it.
it's different. So
The Thanksgiving half marathon last year, I tried to um, reach an unrealistic goal, and
mhm.
I burned out at like mile 7,
Oh man,
just jogging, and to like mile 9, and I was just um, walking and running.
yeah. Was that in costume or no?
I was in the Santa costume.
Oh, you were in a Santa costume. I feel like that might
Like
even
people were
be
dressed
like
up as like
harder.
turkeys and wearing turkey hats. I think I saw one inflatable turkey, and there was one other guy in a Santa costume, but his had no sleeves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's what I mean. I ran a Santa hustle, and that's what I tend to do whenever. I mean, it's hot in. I'm sure it's hot in Atlanta too. Same kind of weather. We're all in the south, so
Yeah.
yeah. Cut out those sleeves for
So
that.
the last few years, and at the Peachtree Road Race, they were cut short. Last year, it was because it was just hot and the humidity was high, and then the year before that, it started raining
Oh wow. What? So
heavily.
they cut the distance, or they cut the
They
course
cut the
shorter.
race short.
They rerouted people.
Like they just, I think they, I'm not sure how it really happened, like, or what actually happened, because I was done long before they cut it
Yeah.
short.
I'm sure the time limit for the peach tree is like a long one too, since it's a huge 60,000 people. So I'll be out there.
So
I'm gonna
I
sign up. And
was,
hopefully, if you know any friends in the Atlanta running club, whatever that is, get them to give me an entry to it,
I
or
was
pick my
placed
entry.
in, I was placed in the A waves.
Wow.
Just the heat wasn't a huge problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is there anything else you wanna tell everybody on the podcast?
Uh, Not that I can think of.
Anything? Okay.
Now you
All
know
right
who
then.
Bruce Wayne is.
Yeah. Now you know who Bruce
The
Wayne is,
guy
and
who speaks in monotone and um,
who likes to dress up as Batman every once in a while, or
yeah.
One Punch Man. There you go. So
Trying to
that's
think of
good.
a trying to think of another costume. Maybe Forrest Gump.
Forrest, yeah, that's always good. Forrest Gump's a classic running one. If I were to pick another running costume, I don't know. I don't know. I did see a guy bounce he bounced a basketball for his whole race, and that could be interesting.
Yeah,
I could do that.
I heard
I
about
couldn't
that guy.
juggle. I couldn't juggle whatsoever, but I could bounce a basketball probably.
I could
Wait,
try to juggle.
oh,
I mean,
you know the juggle?
yeah,
Oh yeah, I saw you juggling like freaking knives and axes or whatever. All
I
right?
can juggle knives.
Yeah, you should do that for like a 5K. Just go slow, juggle, not knives probably. That'd probably be a bad idea. but but juggle something that wouldn't kill anybody or yourself.
One time I was on Paddle, Georgia. It's a 7-day trip. That's you can paddle along the um, certain rivers, and they had this show that they called a no talent show. So yeah, every time I just try some juggling routine.
There you go.
So the first thing I said was, don't try this at home. Try this at a hospital, because if things go wrong, there's you can just walk over there.
In case you accidentally drop it on your toe or something, your foot.
Yeah.
All right, Peter. I think that's gonna be it for this podcast. I enjoyed having you, and then I'm gonna be on live real soon. So thanks for being on it. I appreciate you, man. Thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed that podcast with Peter, aka Batman. Make sure to check him out on his socials. And don't forget, you can listen to every podcast bi-monthly here, usually on Mondays. Today was on Tuesday, but usually on Mondays. See you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.